think I just swallowed heaven. Merry Clit-Mas. Merry Clit-Mas. Yes. Oh, yes. And I got an elf shirt on. Welcome back to Talking with the Taboo with Natalie Malloy. As you can hear, I barely have a voice. I haven't had a voice for a little bit, and I've been kind of putting off this episode based off of just timing and also, obviously, my voice. So today's episode is called Merry Clit-Mas, and I just was playing with words, but the topic is a little bit more serious than that. I've had a lot of inspiring things to say lately, and I just really wanted to be myself because everyone else is taken. Everything's already else is taken, you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to be myself here, and I'm going to share my feelings, and I'm going to share, some advice during this Christmas season because it could be really hard. Whether you lost someone, whether that's a breakup or actual death, whether you are far away from your family and you can't see them on Christmas, whether you are deployed and you are far, far away and it's impossible to see them besides video chat. I just wanted to share just some helpful ways to kind of get through that. Number one, if you lost somebody during this time, my mom bought some angel wings to put on the tree for anyone that was lost this year. So sentimental things like that really, really, really do help. And as much as that is small, that is actually a big thing because you recognize the fact that, it's the end of the year and it's not easy out here. And there's people out there that could be here and they're not. And the little ornament just reminds you that, like you got through this year and you can get through anything else. If you're going through a breakup right now, this is a hard time to go through a breakup. I went through a breakup a year ago. And at this time a year ago, you guys heard me on here. I was going through it. I was crying. I even cried like 10 minutes ago, if you could see it in my eyes. I cried because this year I've been hurt. I've been let down. I've been used and abused. And I've been also so happy. And I've met so many awesome people. But during my breakup, I really needed someone to be there for me. It was living with codependency problems, and I never wanted to be alone. And now I only want to do is be alone. Because I know in my alone time, no one's going to hurt me. No one's going to use and abuse me. And I know that is super duper high, or super duper hard, rather. Am I high? Super duper hard to get through the holidays alone. But it's actually also really rewarding because you learn to love yourself, you learn to be independent and whatnot. But it's also a time where you want to fill that void, whether they passed away or you broke up or they're not here. And what you're choosing to fill that void with should be healthy. Spend time with your family. You can meet cool people like me to spend time with, but make sure when you're hanging out with people and you're filling that time, make sure it has an intent. Make sure you're not doing it because you need someone there. Make sure you're doing it because you actually want that person there with you, not because you're filling a void. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we want to stay in the comfortable. We want to stay in old toxic relationships through the holidays because that'd be awkward going to family events alone. It would be awkward going to friends' parties with, some random other person and they're like, well, what about your girlfriend? It's tough. It is. But sometimes you have to work on your codependency problems and you really do need to be by yourself and feel what it's like to just go through that hurt. Go through that hurt. Because if you don't go through that hurt and you're noticing a pattern, right? That pattern is going to continue if you do not stop and take a step back and say, like, I need to be alone. And yeah, maybe you'll hurt people in the process saying, like, hey, I need to be alone. I got to step back. Step back then. Step back. I stepped back. I did. I stepped back and I realized that being alone was the best thing I could do. And I still had a whole bunch of connections with a whole bunch of people and strangers and whatnot. But I made sure I focused on myself. This is what I say to a lot of people. During the holidays, it's really easy to fall for someone. fall in love. And, as much as that's beautiful and I love it, especially around the New Year's, when you really like somebody, start investing in yourself. Start investing in your career and, maybe like a new car you want, like clean that car and make it look good and drive around confidently. Because when you are really into somebody, a lot of the times people with codependency problems will drop everything else, do everything they can for that specific person, and they forget about themselves. And in the long run, that's not good. You want to make sure that your person isn't your happiness. They're just a part of your happiness. You want to have other friends. You want to have other groups of people. You want to have your career. You want to focus on getting money. Focus on how you're going to, just focus on something other than just that person. And if that pattern continues where you feel like you're just dropping everything and only focusing on this one person, then you know what you're doing wrong here, and it's not investing in yourself. If you find yourself always sad when you're alone because you don't have anybody else, if someone walks out of your life, you should be able to be content in your own body, in your own mind. And excuse me, my voice is horrible. We need more of this. Up in the Buffalo State. Hey. I had someone walk into my room yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and right there is my degrees on the wall. And he was like, wow, look at you. And that made me really happy because I worked really hard for that, and not everybody has that. Not everybody has fucking 2 bachelor's degrees. So just to have that means a lot. For someone to notice it also really means a lot. So thank you. I know you're listening. And the fact that you're listening also is really awesome for anybody listening, because I know it's literally Christmas Eve. This isn't going to be a long episode at all. I just wanted to hop on here because Christmas time is really rough, and trying to fill that void and the constant need to always try to be with somebody, and like that, like expectations and holding on to things that are just already gone. And I tell people all the time, you cannot heal in the same place that broke you. If you're still living with your ex, if you're still talking with your ex, if you are still living in the house that you and your significant other lived in and, they passed away, or you are just constantly living in that self-doubtness, you can't heal in the same place that broke you. It's time to move out of that mindset, move out of that house. If they want the house, let them have it, because you're bigger than that. You're stronger than that. You could find something else. You could go, but you have to be the bigger person, and you have to step out. And if you don't step out, you're giving them that power. You're losing the power for yourself, and you're not investing in yourself anymore. The moment you start to be happy is the moment when people start to come crawling back. And that is up to you to be the strong one, to not give back in. I remember when I was in a scenario where I didn't have anybody last holiday. And I felt lost, but a little free as well, and happy and sad and everything else. But I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back to what was comfortable. I wanted to go back to what I knew. And I was holding on to memories that I thought I needed and had. And I thought I could never be with anybody else. I could never do that. Look at me now. Look at me fucking now. I'm thriving. Because you know what I did? That bitch ass moved across the street and I moved out. Did I move back to my mother's house? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Am I still here? Yes, I did. Was it hard? Yes, the fuck it was. Is it going to be easy? No, the fuck it's not. But it is your job to stand up, take yourself out of that situation. Who gives a fuck that it's the holidays? Who gives a fuck that it's the fucking new year? Guess what? The new year is fucking new, right? Start fresh. And if you go into the new year with some toxic fucking situation that you're in, whether that be a divorce, whether that be a relationship, whether that be that hurt that you're carrying, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're wasting it. And yeah, you could say that I'm right. You're right. But you're going to do something about it. Are you going to do something about it? Because the time's right now. We have no fucking time to waste. We are all young. I don't care who's listening. We are all fucking young. We got lives to live. And if you stay in the toxicity, you're going to live there. You're going to live there. You cannot heal in the same place that broke you. At all. I'm looking right at you right now. And I don't know who's listening, but I certainly know who is actually listening. It's time. Get out. Because guess what? If you don't get out, you're going to miss out on an opportunity that will probably be awesome for you. Whether it be a job opportunity, whether it be meeting a friend, whether it be a new relationship, a new job, anything. Anything. Because I made a post before on my TikTok that said, it's fucking time. Because guess what? You sitting there in that toxic relationship or sitting there and still being not over your ex or whatever it may be, there's people out there waiting for you. Actual people that are waiting for you. Just sitting there. Like, when is this bitch ass gonna get the fuck out? When is this bitch ass gonna fucking wake the fuck up? When? You want the turmoil to stop? Get up. Get up. Because I was wallowing in my own fucking self-pity. I was crying all the time a year ago, and then I'd go out and try to distract myself and try to get guys' attention to distract myself. Didn't work. And you know what did work? Investing in myself. Then all of a sudden, all these awesome people started coming my way because I was investing in myself. But the holidays are really hard, and I get it. I really, really, really get it. And all I want to do is be there for people that are going through it and have been through similar situations that I have. And I will continue to do that. We're taking a tea break again. Sorry. Huh. Anyways, I constantly want to be there for people who have been through similar situations for me. But I found myself losing myself in that way. I have feelings too. I'm a human too. And as much as I sit here and listen to everybody else's problems, I have my own. And that's why I cry. Because I feel like everybody uses me. And when they're done, they leave. They leave. They don't need me anymore. Maybe they'll stick around and be my friend and give me breadcrumbing of a friendship, but that's it. They could use me for sex too. I've definitely had that problem. And it hurts, and it still hurts. And there's people out there that don't even know that they hurt me, or I'm lying to them, because I don't want them to know that they hurt me because I'm a strong, independent bitch. You know what I'm saying? But actually, you know what? Being hurt makes me stronger, and being very open about the fact that I have been hurt and I am hurt makes me even more stronger. And everyone keeps telling me that, like, I'm so easy to talk to. And, you know, when they meet me, it's like, holy shit, like, I feel like I've known you forever. And it's because I'm real. I'm real. I listen to you. I hear everyone's words. I've been through shit too. And I'm just open about it. And I open up that floor for comfortability. But how did I get here? You know how I got here? As my late friend Aaron said, and he has a tattoo that says it. It said, seek discomfort, live freely. Seek discomfort, live freely. Leaving that relationship, it's going to be uncomfortable. Do you want to be free? Do you constantly want to have that fucking voice and the fucking yelling at you and all that shit? Do you want that? I don't think you do. So get through the uncomfortable part, because then you're going to live freely. Everyone always asks me, like, how did you get through that relationship? Like, I hear, like, I listen to your podcast and, like, I just saw you cry and, like, go through all this shit. And how did you do that? How'd you do that? How do you think I did it? If you listen to the previous couple of sentences, I seeked discomfort and then I lived freely. I invested in myself. Look at me. Look at this podcast. Look at the degrees that I just got. I just got a call back for a job opportunity. And I couldn't even be more ecstatic. I'm investing in myself. That's why. That's how you get through it. And, you know, also with families that are, you know, arguing during the holidays, that separation, that's really sad. It could cause a lot of turmoil. You have like two separate families to go to, and you know, one person doesn't like the mother-in-law and the father-in-law is all this and blah, blah, blah. Put that shit aside. You got Christmas Eve, you got Christmas Eve, you got Christmas, you got the day after Christmas, you got New Year's to be splitting it up. Okay? If you got a significant other and then they have a parent's house that you want to go to and then blah, blah, blah. If you're not in a serious relationship and you're just boyfriend, girlfriend, listen, go to your own family's house, okay? You guys could see each other literally any other day. If you're married, you got kids or whatever it may be, and you're in a serious relationship, split it up. Christmas Eve, you go here. Christmas Day, you go here. Day after Christmas, you go there. The Christmas Eve, you could go there. Whatever it may be. Like today. Today's Christmas Eve, right? A lot of people are having parties. I have a party that I'm going to later on today for my friend. Just a little get together. That's it. You don't have to fight over this stuff. And put aside that pride. We're like, oh, well, I don't like your mother, so I'm not going. Well, it's Christmas. So pick it up. Be independent. Seek discomfort. Live freely. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the people that are constantly complaining for me. Stop. Merry fucking Christmas, because guess what? That mother or father or mother-in-law or father-in-law that you don't like may or may not be here next year. You have no fucking idea that you want to sit here and complain because you just don't like them. Either way, that's your significant other's family. Either way, that's your family. Either way. You can sit here and complain about it all damn day. You don't have to get them a gift if you don't want to. You don't have to. There's no necessity, but just show up. And if you're not showing up for the mother-in-law or you're not showing up for whatever, show up for yourself. Show up for your significant other. Don't argue about it. Seriously. And since we want to get to the topic of, sex, because the podcast is also about that, obviously, the episode's called Merry Clit-Mas. Okay? Have fun. Have fucking fun. Have the sex you want to fucking have. Whether it be you're at a fucking holiday party and there's a bathroom open and you want to go in the bathroom and start touching each other, do it. Because fuck yeah, Merry Clit-Mas. Okay? If you want to go fucking a snowbank, do it. Because Merry Clit-Mas. Even though there's no snow here right now. I live in fucking Buffalo and there's no snow. It's warm outside. Like, I can just wear this thin ass sweater and be fine. And it's literally Christmas Eve, guys. It's crazy. And you know what? Merry Clit-Mas also goes to my saying about clit-municate, okay? If you want something and you want them to give you head, how about you tell them? Because you know what I've noticed? I'll get with somebody for the first time and they'll give me head for like the first time. And then after that, they'll stop and then they'll want me to do it to them. And I'm like, you know what? From now on, if the situation, like, and they can give me head and I don't have any issues going on and I'm not on my period or something like that, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'll give you head. If you give me head. If not, no. I don't want this whole you'll give me head for the first time and then after that you don't. Sucks to suck. Merry fucking Clit-Mas. Touch my clit or get out. I'm kidding. Am I? I'm not. I'm not kidding. Side note, this episode's so funny. My friend Jess got me this sound bowl. I can't even use it right. Fuck it. I can't even do it right. Anyways. So this is going to be a short one. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Clit-Mas. And just remember, just because you don't know how to be alone and you're going through something right now, fill the void in a positive way. Spend time with people who you know care about you and who you really like. If you do happen to find someone that you really like this Christmas, do it with intent. And if you really do like them, let them know. And go with the flow. I love you all. Thank you for coming. And remember to always clit-municate. Merry Christmas.